So Carole bought a couple of Phalaenopsis orchids, and today she's coming over and we're gonna unpot them and prep them and get them ready for semi-waterculture. All right, so you want to take it out of your pot.
Alright.
And yeah, pull on that. Yep.
Okay.
So you might want to squeeze it. And look underneath real quick. Are there any, yeah, see you got some roots.
Okay.
But they don't look like they're, let me see. This one is not a live one now.
Okay.
Look at this, see how it slides right off?
Right.
This
So
is that spongy thing.
Okay. All
There's their roots. So that one was not live. And this one is not. This the velamen, I think I'm pronouncing that right,
Huh.
will slide right off of the
Okay.
dead. And you want to get that off anyway.
Right.
Because it's just gonna rot and all that good stuff. So yeah,
There you
that's
go.
all it took.
Alright.
So take her out.
Alright. Look at that. It's got nice green roots, and it looks like it's now. So is this now in a bark type, or more like
I
soil?
think this is the coconut fiber.
Coconut fiber. Okay.
Yeah.
We like coconut.
So all you're gonna do is kind of play around with it and loosen. Yep,
Just pull. some
perfect.
of it. All right. So
But
see.
you look, it's got a little pointy thing.
Oh, it does. Let's
And
hang
so
on to that.
You can kind of help pull
Oh, I see.
some of that out.
Okay, yeah, I can
Yeah.
see how that would be easier.
But I use my fingers to start with, and then for the other stuff. Let me get your big mama here.
Yeah. You know, that plant didn't look nearly that big in that store.
Right?
I got it home and I went,
Like, whoa!
that's a tree right there.
Right.
So the main object is to break this stuff loose in a way that you're not damaging.
Yeah, you don't want to
Your
damage
roots.
your roots.
Right.
So,
That's
I
good.
mean, if you only had like 2 good roots, I would say don't break either one of those.
Right.
But you've got some good roots.
Like some
So,
good ones here.
yeah, I'm going to take these. Whoa, maybe not.
Ha!
This one's really
They're
heavy.
heavy, yeah.
So,
I don't know what I was thinking when I got that, because I just wanted one little one, but then I got piggy.
right?
Wanted
It's so easy to do.
We walked into
Yeah.
that store and it was like, oh, we just stepped
Right,
into heaven, right?
Right.
Yeah.
See, now this one has it grown all the way through. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
there. So,
You
what? There is a solution.
You might have to cut that.
Yep,
out.
we got to cut the pot. I'm going to try not to cut the root.
Right. Yeah.
Let me get my skeezers.
You know, this could take the place of, because I used to love being outside gardening.
Yeah.
Get my hands in the dirt. It's what made sense.
Right.
In the
Well,
world.
it's therapeutic.
It
It
was,
really
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And if I tried it now, I'd end up in the garden with the plants. So. Well, these roots right here aren't as dark
and
because it's not getting any
sunlight.
sun. Okay.
My understanding, and again, all my understanding is very limited, is that this roots also photosynthesize.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they're gonna soak up chlorophyll or whatever.
Well, in the normal countries that they come from, a lot of them are just out.
Well, the way they grow, yeah,
Yeah.
their roots are out.
Yeah. Now, I watched your video on this and it looked a whole lot easier.
Oh, well, that was because it was cut down a whole lot.
Right.
It's called editing.
I
But like I said, you just take your time and enjoy it. Because
That's good
again,
advice. I like
think
that,
it
yeah.
can be therapeutic, but also if something comes up where you have to stop,
Yeah,
like in my world,
right.
things come up and I have to stop. And you can either, set it on its side or put it, out of the way somewhere
Right.
and come back to it even the next day. Yay! and free.
Whoa, look at that.
You're
Wow.
not going to be able to use this. Well, maybe. But there's also another way to grow them in Lica or Leica, which are clay balls.
Yeah.
And you can grow your plants semi-water culture, whatever, in those too.
Okay.
They do help give your plant a little bit more stability. Now see,
Oh, look
this
at that.
middle,
Yes.
that's the plug that it grew on in the nursery.
So you're gonna leave that on there?
Ooh.
Your baby bed's going away.
Yeah, taking the crib away. Get as much off as you can, and you can either do it this way or, but to be honest, I have never gotten everything off the first time.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so after a week or so, and you know when you soak it and stuff, that's just stuff will loosen up. So
Well, I was going to ask you about that too. How often do you do this, and how do you know when it's time?
how often do you repot?
Yeah, repot, or like you were just washing your.
Oh, that's watering my other orchids.
That's called watering. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So now I'm gonna look through and see. Here, let me see if I can turn it towards the camera.
That is a hugie.
Yeah, but see this root
Right.
is wrapped around. So I'm just gonna kind of go through
Really?
and find these things. See, even this one,
Yeah.
it looks like it got snapped, but look at the bottom, it's nice and thick. So
Oh, okay.
I'm looking now for dead roots. And the other thing, and you want to feel your roots too. And the ones that are dead are number one going to be brown, okay?
Yeah.
Or they could be this yellowish color,
Right.
but you'll want to feel them, and they'll feel mushy.
Mushy.
Yeah, like a mushy sponge.
Is that if they're alive or dead?
That is the technical term, mushy. Yeah, mushies are dead. Firm are alive. Okay? All of these are alive. But the one the one thing I want to point out is, we talked about it earlier, the ones that were not exposed to sunlight are going to look different. That doesn't mean they're dead, you know. They're still nice and firm.
Okay.
And you'll get the hang of it after a while. You'll be able to tell by feeling them. And sometimes your aerials can be long enough and flexible enough that you could fit them down. See, this one's growing down. That's nice. This one we're probably going to leave as an aerial. Your potting soil, bark, all of that. After about 2 years, it starts to go bad. And it becomes acidic. And orchids like a fairly neutral
Okay. pH.
pH.
Right.
Yeah. They
So
don't.
this isn't a whole lot different than pets, because you have to make sure they need this and they don't need that.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything that's living, you know.
Right, yeah.
It has needs and things it doesn't like. So, okay, I think this is going to work really well for this one.
Good.
It'll be. You want it fairly snug.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I like to try different things too.
Yeah.
I might try one dry just for the heck of it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not wet.
when you get another one, you try it dry.
Yeah.
This is my miniature, and see, you can tell there's still dirt.
Oh
on the
yeah,
roots
yeah.
and stuff. So it'll eventually loosen up and fall off, and it's not.
That is such a pretty little one. We're getting there slowly. I did not know that surgery on plants was.
It's setting her free.
That's right.
So let's move over to the sink because mine's ready too, and I gotta put my girl over here somewhere. Get her out of the way.
Alrighty.
So we're gonna move to the sink. And what you wanna do is get room temperature water. So I always turn on the hot first. And, you know.
Baby.
Yep, exactly. That's what I do. On my wrist. And that's a little cool,
It's a little
but
cool.
it's not bad.
Okay, huh?
Yep. And rinse it and just, that's exactly what you want to do, is just kind of gently massage some of that off of there. Okay, now I want to show you something.
Alrighty.
You don't want to get water in here, okay?
Okay.
Now, it's no big deal. We have paper towels and stuff, and we can do that.
Okay.
But when you have the orchid, this, if you get water in here, it's going to cause something called crown rot. Okay?
We don't want that.
And what that's going to do, it's going to rot your whole stem. And your orchid will die.
Okay.
Okay? So you always want to try to do this. Okay?
Yep.
In my opinion, there's no right or wrong.
Whatever works.
It's whatever works for
Right,
you.
Yeah.
You know, no right or wrong potting medium. It's just if the orchid likes it and it works for you, you know. And that, because the one thing about the orchid bark or, you know, other growing mediums is they do tend to retain moisture longer. You know, so if, you know, you can't check your orchid every, you know, 2 or 3 days or whatever, then the orchid bark might work for you. My problem with it was I couldn't see the roots.
Right. Yeah.
And see how they were doing, and when I finally ended up taking her out, her roots were not happy.
I will dab that little spot there.
Yeah, I would do between all of the leaves.
All of the leaves.
Yeah, to try to get in between all the leaves. Because stuff happens when you're rinsing and stuff, so just play it safe, get in between all the leaves.
So, yeah, this came out a lot bigger than
Right,
I thought it was going to.
right, because they were all curled up in
Curled
there,
up, yeah.
which is not bad, but you're going to find even in this jar, if you do it, or this jar, they will get crazy like that.
Right. Now the leaves have to kind of stay above.
up above the
So
top.
I probably do need these rocks in there.
All right,
It's
so, and
trying to
see,
go down
you
in
can
there.
adjust. Yeah, I like to keep, it doesn't have to be, it can be down a little bit, but you just want to make sure you don't.
I don't want to break a leaf. Or
No,
crunch it
you
in
don't
there.
want to get water in there, again,
Oh,
because of
right,
the crown
right,
rot,
right.
okay? Now, we can go ahead, because she's kind of moving around a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Right.
ahead and re-clip her to her stake. That will help her stay stable.
So now, do we put water in there?
Nope,
Nope, no water, huh?
no. They have been soaked,
Mm-hmm.
and the roots are green.
Okay. So when water time comes,
Yes.
is it up to the?
I would
Where
just
would I?
do it so that the bottom of your roots,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
for this, maybe halfway up the jar, because you've got it almost half full of pebbles.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You never want this stem, again, the where it's solid stem,
Right.
you don't want that soaking in water.
Okay.
All you want is your
Just
roots
the roots down at
the
right,
bottom,
okay.
and they'll soak up water and nutrients and take it up to the leaves
Okay.
and the flower.
All right.
Play
I
around
do.
with
Well,
it.
thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate your help.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.